The City of Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department is located at 300 Northwest Broad Street. Their business hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, with the exception of all major holidays. The mission statement of the department is to effectively serve and assist customers of the Water and Sewer Department in a prompt and courteous manner.
A typical day at the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department is there's no such thing. Our days vary depending on what the customer's demands are. We have a lot of customers that come to our office for simple things like a copy of their bill because they didn't get it in the mail, or it could be as complex as to why their bill has an increasingly exponentially high amount. But in some cases they're coming because they want to know about a missed payment, they want to apply for an extension, and that has to be done on site. We also have customers that come to the office typically to sign up for service and to terminate their service. When they come to the office and they want to sign up for new service, they have to have a valid driver's license. And most times we just make sure that the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department provides water at that address. So once we identify that we do provide the water at that address, then we proceed with their request using their driver's license. We scan it in the system. We have them signed electronically because we're on a paperless system. It takes about 2 minutes and they're back out the door. Some customers opt, when they're making their request for new service, to actually pay their non-refundable service fee. Today it's $40. Some customers decide that they're going to pay them their very first bill, and we give them that option. There are customers that come into the office and they're very concerned about the consumption on their bill. Sometimes when customers can't come in the office, they're going to call if they have questions about their consumption. One of the typical areas is when the customer has an increasing bill by the consumption, but they're not quite sure what's happening. Well, what staff will do at most times, we'll have them actually look at their meter. There is a leak detector dial at their meter. It's actually in the form of a triangle. Usually it's red. That is our leak detector dial that staff uses that we allow customers to go and look at. If their meter, that dial is spinning around in one revolution, fast or slow, well, they've got water going through that meter. That's an indication of a leak. Then once customers have actually identified their leak and fixed their leaks, their consumption comes back down and we're able to take their request, their leak adjustment form, and see if they qualify for any additional discounts on their bill. Many customers come to the office and they may have questions about their actual bill when they were on vacation. They will be a little concerned about the fact that they were on vacation and no one was really in their residence using water, but they still got a bill. At that point, we inform the customers that at the time that you initiate service for every customer, the city code requires us to charge a customer a minimum bill even if there's no water that's being used. We provide some value-added features to our customers that are unique to our area. We provide in-house and on-site inspections for leaks. In addition, when customers have a problem with a stopped sewer, they don't have to call a plumber. Their first call should be to the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department, where we'll do a free inspection for them. If you have a frozen pipe, again, that number is also to the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department. We have adequate staffing and we have a talented team that can address your problem before you need to call a plumber. Here at Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department, we know our customers are a reflection of our community and our nation at large. There's a wide variety of things that are impacting people's families now that haven't happened within the last 10 years. Because of that, the Murfreesboro Water Department, we wanted to let customers know that we do offer extensions to their bills. That would allow them not to get their water service disconnected, and the non-payment penalty fee wouldn't have to be added to their account. But we understand our customers are busy and our office hours may not always meet their schedule, so we let other people, if you're not available, come and sign an extension for you. In addition to the extensions we offer, we accept vouchers in kind from 2 agencies here in the area. That's Mid-Cumberland and Community Helpers. These vouchers, once we receive them, allows us to know that at a certain day that we'll receive our money, but it actually can be used to prevent someone from getting disconnected or help fulfill their extension payment. So in most cases, before the cutoff date or before the extension date occurs, we would like for customers to deliver the vouchers here to our office so we can put the proper holds in their account. Today we offer a variety of payment options. We offer cash, money order, check, bank draft, and also night deposit payments. In addition, we offer remote payment options such as credit cards and e-payment from your savings or your checking account number. You can pay online, you can make a payment from the convenience of your car, or you can come into the office. Any e-payments or credit card payments are an option to the customer if they choose to use it. There's a minimal cost to them to use these services. We have another group of customers that are our bank draft customers. We have around 5,900 customers that trust us to bill their account through their bank account monthly. There are some customers that partner with their banks and they go online and then they use their online banking feature to send either a check or electronic file of their payment to us daily or in the mail. We understand customers may be missing their bill every now and then, but if you continuously miss your bill, we encourage customers to contact their postmaster to let them know that they're missing their bill. If you'd like to know when your bill is going to be due, you can always go to the city's website. Under our department, we have a brochure that has all of the due dates for your bill for the rest of the year. If you don't get your bill within 10 days of that due date, then contact our office. We can send you another copy either in the mail or we can email it to you. That way you'll know your cutoff date and you'll know the amount that's due and you'll know the date that it's due.
What makes the Water and Sewer Department so effective is their employees. Each excellent service staff member is ready to help customers in any way possible. Among the staff, there are 2 members who have more than 60 years combined with the department and have constantly helped customers with prompt and courteous service, one of which is Customer Service Clerk Carolyn Davidson.
When you started out as a cashier. Everybody started out in customer service as a cashier before they could move to the customer service department. When I started, there were 2 cashiers, and each cashier had their own drawer, but you had to use a calculator to figure how much change, or you had to use your brain to figure out how much money to give back to the customers. We didn't have computers when I first came, so everything was done manually. When I first started as a cashier, my very first water bill, believe it or not, was $2. That was my very first water bill. And it was for like maybe a couple of weeks. Like when I got my first water bill, it was $2. And this is the way that the bill looked. It looked like this when we first started. So when this bill was mailed out to a customer, there was no kind of privacy in your bill when the mailman delivered it. So your neighbors, everybody saw how much your bill was. So also, this was the kind of bill that we would have to use this machine here to cut the bill when the customer brought it in. Now in this drawer here, we kept our ink. As you can see the spots in there, we kept our ink. So this drawer really got used. So we kept our ink in it, and here is the little dates that we would change the little pad. And the little pad is back here. And what would happen after we changed the little pad, you would bring your bill to me and tell me you want to pay your bill. And so I would pull my little drawer open. I would take your money, give you change back, and if I was afraid that my brain was not functioning that day, I would use my calculator and put it in the calculator and give you your change back. And then we would take this bill here and we would put it here right at the perforation, and we would pull it down and it would cut the bill. I would give you your half back and I would keep half. So that's the way we used to do these bills. Also, the cashier was responsible for typing past due notices. When I was finally moved to customer service, there was 2 customer service clerks. One was responsible for the owned orders, and the other clerk was responsible for the off orders. And at the time, our deposit was like $15. And we would put the receipt number up here and how much they paid, for the deposit. Now the person that did the owns had a checkbook, and I don't know why I remember there being pink checks, but all the checks were pink. And when the customer service clerk who did the owns, which is me, had the checkbook. So when they stopped the service, I would have to figure up the final bill manually on the calculator using our rate schedule that we had. I would have to figure the bill up, and then they could get their the rest of their money from their deposit immediately. I would just go to the typewriter and I would type in how much that they got, and I could The check was signed by the accountant, and then I would tear the check and they could walk out of here with it. Thanks to us trying to progress a little bit, we got cubicles. And now the customer can come and they can sit right across from our desks and we can face them, and it's more friendly oriented now. We got some great customers that come in there and they make you laugh, you know. And some of them are so friendly, and some of them want to hug you, and you know, and that type of thing. So I'm glad we're more customer friendly now, where they can come in and they can sit down, and you have more contact with them.
As a member of the Water and Sewer Department for nearly 30 years, meter reading foreman Randy McCullough has experienced growth in the department as well as the city of Murfreesboro. Serving over 26,000 households, he makes sure each customer receives prompt and accurate service.
Well, I became an employee of the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department in 1983, November, which now equals out to, I think, about 29 years. Started out as a meter reader. When we first started, I had approximately 9,000 meters that we read. There was 4 employees. The 4 employees read meters on top of doing the customer service orders. We had basically 2 vehicles, 2 per vehicle. When I started, we were using these were meter books. It retained approximately 2 years of history in it. As you can see, we would have to date and then document the reading on the meter. Then when we would bring it in, there would be a clerk that would input the readings into the computer. The meters that we read back then were an older style meter. You can see each meter had an individual dial you had to read, which made it difficult to learn in the very beginning. But once you learned it, it was good. Then we moved to a more updated type meter that had a reading as the odometer on your car. We went from pencil and paper to computers. And this is kind of the same method. We just input it now and then have to electronically download our readings. Yeah, now we have progressed with our vehicles. When I first started, didn't know what to expect, but we had, and I can't even remember the year model, but it was an old purpley blue Gremlin that we read out of. And we had one very old truck. But the Gremlin, we would have to prop the hatch open in the back with a piece of 2x4. And a couple of us would ride on the hatch while somebody drove as we got out and read meters through this. Grant you, that didn't last a long time, but it did happen. But now we've progressed to a very nice fleet of vehicles, and we're keeping them up and able to furnish our employees with very nice vehicles now. When I started, we had 7 cycles, 7 reading cycles that we read in for billing purposes. We still maintain that 7 cycles of meter reading, but of course they have increased in size. If a customer has an issue concerning their bill or their meter reading, we will address it. We will come out, we will reread the meter. There's an indicator on the meter that tells if there's any flow going through the meter. If so, we will document this, advise the customer. Now, the one thing I can say in praise for our meter readers is our meter readers hold a very high standard, or I hold a very high standard for our meter readers. And our misread ratio is less than 0.1%. In the 26,000 meters that we read in a month, I'm showing that we misread less than 0.1%. So we are very accurate with what we do, and our billing, we're even less at billing out the incorrect bills.
If you have any questions about the Murfreesboro Water and Sewer Department, your account, or anything related to our department, feel free to contact us at 615-848-3209 or visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov under Water and Sewer Departments.